and I want to get into just some more tournament stuff because there's so much gold in your book, and I, like I said, reread it and was just kind of going through it. So before getting into more tournament tips, why should golfers even enroll in their first tournament, their first member gas, their first, USGA qualifier? Why should people do it?
Well, that's a great question. So I see a lot of young people, they think that they can become tournament winners if they outwork everybody, if they practice and on the range all the time. You know what? And that's partially true. It's mostly true.
Hmm.
Um, but because Hogan said, you'll find it in the dirt. And so you do have to work harder than everybody. That's absolutely true. But the problem is, I think that does not substitute getting under the gun. That's not a substitute for really screwing up and just choking your guts out and how that feels. And you don't want that anymore. What caused that? How do I get rid of that? And likewise, the thrill of executing beautifully and winning a tournament or having a good finish. So the more you do that, I just have one of the guys that works with me here at the office about an hour ago peeked his head and he's playing a tournament this weekend. He said, I'm trying to play more tournaments because I'm starting to feel more comfortable. And so that's really what it's about. He just needed reps. So I would tell your listeners that if you want to be successful in tournaments and do well in tournaments, you got to play in tournaments. You can't go out on the range and hit balls twice as long as the next guy and expect to do well in the tournament, because when the flag goes up in the tournament, it's a completely different situation than hitting balls on the range. So I would tell, especially your young viewers and listeners, practice your butt off. Absolutely. Day and night, but get yourself under the gun as often as you can. That there is no substitute for that.
Yeah, there is no substitute. And I think it gives you purpose for practicing, right? Because a lot of golfers get bored and they don't want to practice. They don't have anything to look forward to, right? It's like if you're going on vacation and you want to lose some weight so you look good on the beach, you have that, circled on the calendar. You can, have something to count down to. The same thing with golf tournaments is like you also, obviously there's a ton of other benefits. Once you get in it, you get to learn about yourself and it's almost a self-development journey, but it gives you like some practice regularity. So that way you're not just like, I'm not going to practice. I don't have anything. It's easy to do. And I think that, men in general, I think need competition too. For me, I feel like we get older in life and we just don't have that. We have routines and we just kind of go through the same thing. And, sometimes we got to have something to get us, perked up a little bit. And you can't go skydiving every weekend, but you can definitely sign up for a golf tournament.
Great point. And the only other thing I'd say about that, Michael, is I see people all ages is they go practice on the thing that they really like and they avoid the thing that they don't do so well.
Yeah.
And I get that. I'm guilty of that too. But you really got to identify, particularly if you're getting ready for a tournament, identify what your weakness is, either in general or right this moment. Maybe that, you're having trouble with short putts, and maybe that your bunker game is off, whatever it is. Spend more time. It sounds obvious, but it's more fun to pound drives out there, but you're maybe hitting your driver great. So, hit a couple drives, but then go in the practice bunker and get the bunker game sharpened up.
Yeah, I always say that tournament golf exposes your weaknesses, and a lot of people don't want to learn those. But man, once you do, then you can actually spend your practice time wisely and not just, like you said, reinforcing your strengths.
Exactly right.